So that was interesting. Anyway, so that was interesting. Yesterday, the entire San Diego County lost power for I don't know how many hours, 5 or 6 or 7, something like that. All I know is I was working on my computer, including videos, and music videos actually, and all of a sudden my computer turned off, and I was like, what the heck? Did my computer overheat? Because my friend overclocked it, and I've had issues with it overheating in the past. And it has been very hot, and we don't have AC, and blah blah blah. And then I heard people outside going, our power just died. And I realized, oh, okay, apparently it's not just me. And at that point, I figured out that the power was down. And then it was kind of funny because everybody was standing around outside and freaking out and, oh my god, the power's down and blah blah blah. I didn't really think of it as a big deal. I figured, today, the way technology is today, they'd have it back up relatively fast. But people were listening to their ham radios and saying, oh, they said that these power plants have exploded and it's going to be another Chernobyl and blah 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 blah, or another Japan. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little bit soon to be saying that. And the local gas and electric company had this press conference, and people kept saying, is it a terrorist attack? And they're saying, no, it's not a terrorist attack. There's been no reason to think that it is a terrorist attack. But people are paranoid. And so, why did I put that into the wrong arm? I'm still getting used to this whole talking into an iPod while carrying stuff and walking along a path trying to not look like a crazy person talking to herself. Anyway, but it was interesting. I mean, I was kind of afraid of, human nature taking over and people looting and stuff like that. And apparently there was some of that. What I thought was really weird is, my phone just rang. I just got a text message, is the highways and stuff, they went kind of crazy because all the lights turned off and people were trying to get off the highway and they were getting all stuck, and apparently people were getting stuck behind the cars and then getting out and punching the driver in front of them. Like, what? Why aren't you moving? I don't want to be stuck here. Oh, get out of the way. So they had fist fights breaking out on the highway, which is kind of bizarre. I don't know. I guess that's a good reason to have a fight with some random person. And I kept hearing sirens, and that was kind of disturbing. I heard that some girl nearby me tried to cross the street, and some guy, not taking into account that the lights are broken, decided to speed through and hit her and split her head open. But I don't know if that actually happened. That's just what the neighbors were saying. But overall, it wasn't really that bad. We only had one working, flashlight at my house. So we had to find all our candles and light them, and it wasn't that well lit, but it was interesting. And it was really hot still, even though, it was evening, because it was 105 degrees yesterday or something like that. It's been over 100 degrees every day. I'm gonna walk backwards now for no reason. It's been over 100 each day for the last week. So, yeah, boring. Anyway, so my parents and I were like, okay, well, it's too hot to go to sleep. There's a little tiny lizard. Hi, little tiny lizard. Look at him, he's so little. He's underneath here. Oh, look at him go. He's freaking 2 inches big. That's adorable. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So we were bored and hot, and it was too hot to go to sleep yet, even though it was dark. So we got out our laptops, and we have 3 laptops of various workingness in my house, and we got on mine first, and we tried to watch an episode of Dead Like Me, which we've been getting from Netflix recently, and we got halfway through the episode, and then my computer died. So then we got one of my mom's laptops, and it didn't have any charge, and then we got the second one, this new one that she bought, and it doesn't let you play DVDs, which is something I've had to deal with Windows before. So we never got to finish that episode, but that's okay, because by then I was pretty tired, so I went to bed. But my DS, my Nintendo DS, I was like, oh, this is probably fully charged. So I started playing Chrono Trigger, and I played Chrono Trigger till about 2 in the morning. I guess I missed that game more than I realized. I know there's a jet over me, which reminds me that it's kind of funny because as soon as the power went out, the radio was saying, don't use your cell phone, because everybody was still using their cell phone. And it said, you know, whoops, I just lost my shoe. Don't use your cell phone, and all the planes, because I live right next to a airfield, they said, you know, we're not going to let any more planes take off, just land. But throughout the whole evening with the power down, I kept seeing planes fly overhead, and I kept seeing people talk on their cell phones, so shows how well people listen to instructions, right? But, you know, like I said, it wasn't really that big of a deal. And then right as we were going to sleep, I was about to go to sleep, and all of a sudden the power came on. And my parents were like, hey, let's go finish the Dead Like Me episode. I'm like, nah, I'm playing Chrono Trigger, I'm good. That's about it. My arm is tired. I'm really bad at it. I know. I need to get like some kind of stick. Why is the leaves are going in a circle on their own? Like that scene in American Beauty. Anyway, so my arm's tired, and that's pretty much all that happened. The neighbors were having barbecues and stuff like that, and I went and socialized a little bit, but I don't really like a lot of my neighbors, so I wasn't really like, oh yeah, we're gonna become best friends now because our power's out. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for listening to my saga of what happened when the power was down. I'm sorry there weren't any zombies or, you know, cannibalism or anything interesting like that. But back at you. Tell me how it went for you if you were in the San Diego area and your power went out, or if you weren't, I want to know how much they even mentioned it on the other side of the country. Because I know when the New York power went down, like everybody was like, oh, poor New York. So I'm just wondering if they're going to be like, oh, poor California. Although it was in the middle of the day, so a lot of people just like went to the beach. New York, lose your power, freak out. California, lose your power, go to the beach and have a barbecue. Yeah. East Coast, West Coast, baby, I guess, or something. I don't know. Leave a comment below telling me what you thought of the power outage, or what you have done to prepare for a power outage, because I realized with this that we are so not prepared. So as soon as we can, we're gonna go stock up on a lot more flashlights and candles, because we should have done that already. Okay, bye.